Hello everybody, I'm Dallin and welcome to Next Year's Zest. In today's LEGO video, I'll be reviewing the LEGO Mandalorian Razor Crest light kit that was sent to me from Bebe. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. Before we jump into today's video, I'd like to welcome anybody who may be new here to the channel. Welcome to X Year's Zest, the place where we talk all about Legos, Nerf guns, video games, and more. If you'd like to, please consider joining us by hitting the red subscribe button down below, as well as that little bell icon right next to it to be notified when we make new videos here on the channel. Also, if you end up enjoying today's video, please consider leaving a big thumbs up on it. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out this light kit. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and take a look at everything that's inside of the package. So these are all the bags that you get. First off, we get an instruction manual, and basically inside of the instruction manual, it says that there are instructions online when you follow this link here, and if you just type in the Lego set number, then you'll be able to find the instructions. So that's nice. I'll definitely need those because I have no clue what I'm doing with all of this wiring. So here we have expansion boards, which I'm pretty sure is what you plug everything into. So it should be relatively like putting Legos together. I don't know. It should definitely be an interesting experience. LED strip lights. Whoa. Oh, it's just a warm white color, but I don't know. The idea of having a RGB Lego set is kind of funny, but that's still really cool. I like how they have the strip light. There's like 3M paper or the 3M sticky stuff on the back of that as well. So I'm very curious as to how this is all going to be put together. Then we have the headlights, the warm white color, bit lights in a warm white color, more bit lights in a red color. Also, it's very nice too how these are organized as well, because they have different lengths and stuff as well. So that way, basically all I see here are wires. So it's very nice that they have all of these nice and organized. We have bit lights blue, more red, a USB power cable. So this is interesting. I would assume the best way to power this actually would be some kind of portable charger, just because there's so much cargo space on the inside of the Razor Crest. You could probably just fit it inside without having anything hanging out on the outside. So that is definitely nice. We also have some little itty bitty connecting cables right there, 5 centimeters. Some more connecting cables as well. And then we have a parts package. So it comes with a couple of extra red studs, which I would assume go here on the laser cannons. And I think, I'm not entirely sure what these little squishy things are, but we'll just have to see once I actually put it together. And then we have a tool. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's a pair of tweezers. That is actually very nice to have, because when you're working around with tiny stuff like that, this will definitely come in handy, especially when you have big old fingers like me. So that is definitely a nice inclusion to have with all of this, especially if you're like plugging it in or trying to just loop it around the Lego set. So yeah, I actually really look forward to putting this together. So I will get back to you guys after I put it all together. All right, so now I have all of the lights installed, and basically I just plugged it into my portable charger here. Sadly, this is a little too big to fit inside the cockpit, but that's all right. Here are the lights. I love how these look. The reds up here in the front looks really, really good. It just gives this sense of like these primed blasters ready to take down enemy TIE fighters, just like that. And it's a very good looking red. It's not like overbearingly red, and that goes for the rest of the LEDs around the ship. It's not like to the point where it's fake and you can tell that, it's fake, if that makes sense. I just think the colors look really, really nice, especially these blue areas in the engines right here. That is probably one of my favorite colors, and it just looks really, really good. It makes the Lego set feel a lot more alive, if that makes sense. Because most Lego Star Wars sets nowadays, basically all the ships are just gray and darker gray, and it's just like, eh. But now with these lights, it definitely gives it a whole lot more life, and it makes it a whole lot more vibrant as well. So we covered the reds up here in the front, as well as the engines right here. Let's go ahead and open up the cockpit right here. basically I kind of had to do the cockpit a little bit differently. Originally in the set, there's like a Technic piece that kind of comes across over here, and I basically took that out to add some extra room on the inside, and I put my light right here. And honestly, I think even with the light right there, it makes it so that there's still enough ambient lighting for the inside of the cockpit, to the point where there's lighting, but it's not an overbearing amount of lighting, if that makes sense. I just think it looks really good. Now turning the set around, you can see these orange pieces right here. Now, typically on the original model of the set, I think this is probably one of the most lackluster areas that I was going to eventually modify, but I kind of lost track of time and I don't really have the time nowadays. But I definitely think that adding these lights in the back right here make it look 100 times better. It just kind of takes away from the feeling that like, oh, this just doesn't look good, and it kind of brings your attention to these bright orange lights, and it gives this sense of like, oh, it's flying, and it looks really, really good. So overall, I am just very impressed with how the lights are, the quality of the lights, and yeah. So up here in the back, you can kind of see this exterior lighting right here as well, and it looks pretty good. But I think where this really shines is the interior lighting. It's just enough lighting to light up the inside, but it's not like leaking out of the minor cracks and stuff in the set. And that was basically where most of my concern was. It definitely looks really, really good. And I know most people would not be too happy about these wires that you can see here that are just on the inside, but I think to an extent, it looks kind of good. It just captures this extra sense of, you know, this is a bounty hunter ship, and, you know, there's wires all over the place, especially with season 2 of The Mandalorian, where it's kind of just like falling apart and stuff, but I think it looks really, really good. However, my one gripe with this overall is really just something very, very minor, and is kind of expected with this kind of thing, because this is an electronic, you know, light set after all. It's just all of these wires right here. It's just kind of bunched together right up here where the bedding area is, which is all right because I typically don't use that, but at the same time, it also takes away some space from this modification that I made with this little gun rack right here. And it's just kind of messy right here. There's not a whole lot else that I can do with that, except for maybe tape it all together and kind of pin it over in a corner or something. But yeah, it's kind of expected and it's kind of a minor thing, but overall I highly recommend this light kit. I think it looks absolutely fantastic, and for $40 I think it looks really good. And if you want to, I will go ahead and put a link down in the description of the video if you want to pick up this light kit for yourself. Overall, I highly recommend this LED light kit for your LEGO Mandalorian Razor Crest. Of course, there are tons of companies that make light kits for LEGO, but this one stands out as one of the best by far. The parts were very well organized and the online instructions were very helpful. I can tell that there's a great deal of effort and quality put into this product, and the lights look great for both play and display, which easily makes this kit 100% worth it. Well everybody, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for joining me here today, and a very special thank you to Bebe for sending me this light kit to review. I had a great time putting it together. I absolutely love how it looks, and I 100% recommend it. Like I had mentioned earlier in the video, if you wish to purchase the light kit for yourself, I'll go ahead and put a link to it down in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider hitting that like button down below. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. We are getting super close to hitting our 1,000 subscriber goal, and I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button down below. We will be doing a giveaway here as soon as I do hit 1,000 subscribers, so stay tuned for that. But with that being said, I will see you guys next time.